As thousands of gallons of crude oil gush from an underwater volcano in the Gulf of Mexico, the race is on to cap that well. For help, the oil industry turns to Dr. Buford Petroleum. He's the man to know when things go wrong.
This is the safest industry in the world. Things never go wrong. But when they do, I can fix it.
The oil is gushing nearly a mile below the water's surface, making the usual solutions more difficult.
I have designed this big box to put over the flowing oil. We'll attach a pipe to the top, and voila, the oil is contained.
But days later, failure.
Well, that was unexpected, but no matter. I have another idea. A smaller box. It could work.
While crews work to put that second box together, Dr. Troleum puts the finishing touches on his master plan.
I call it a junk shot. You put junk in up here, and it blows down here. It could work.
Only time will tell if Dr. Buford Petroleum's ingenious creations will stop the oil. But if they don't,
all I need are some wigs and pantyhose to soak up the oil.
Will these solutions work? Stay tuned to the Rachel Maddow Show to find out.
Kudos to the Rachel Maddow Show crack archivist who unearthed that amazingly prescient educational film from the show's early years, some 20 years before Rachel's birth. Anyway, we know one thing about the Deep Horizon oil disaster tonight we didn't know this morning. That smaller box, nicknamed the Top Hat, which represents try number 2 to cap the well, is now on site at the oil spill. BP hopes to lower over the leaking pipe by Thursday. Meantime, 210,000 gallons of crude continue to gush into the Gulf of Mexico every day. When and how the responsible parties stop that unrestrained continuous blast of petroleum remains to be seen. Joining us now is civil and environmental engineering professor Satish Nagarajia of Rice University. Thanks so much for your time tonight. I hope I got your name right.
Yes, you did.
Excellent. So the smaller box, the Top Hat, what makes it different than the bigger box and more likely to work?
The primary thing is, they will be actually sending the box down at the end of a pipe, in a pipe, if you will. And that outer pipe will actually be sending down warm seawater, and that'll keep the box warm, and hopefully it'll not plug up the way the bigger one did, and the ice plug will be prevented from forming, and hopefully it'll work.
So the problem the last time was that they put down this big thing, and it was so cold that there was freezing that happened inside the pipe, and that blocked it up. And this is going to be warmed with warm water. Is that am I getting that right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So if that fails, they're now talking. We've read in the papers about the junk shot, which sounds totally absurd to all of us who are following this. Is that really what it sounds like? I mean, are we now considering actually just pumping garbage into the leak? How could that plausibly be a solution?
Well, it's not garbage, really. The reason why they're going to pump in rubber pieces and golf balls and things like that is you want to jam up the oil and gas which is coming up the well and flowing through the blowout preventer right now. If you can jam these things inside that with these pieces of rubber, and then they have a better chance of getting cement and mud into the well to plug it.
Okay, so you put the rubber down, it sort of temporarily stops it, but doesn't that I mean, I'm maybe betraying a tremendous amount of ignorance here, but doesn't that pressure have to go somewhere? I mean, if you're able to kind of stem the pressure that's pushing up and gushing up with the junk, isn't that going to just sort of seep out somewhere else?
Well, it is. Some of it is still going to come out, but they're going to access the BOP from a valve, and they will be able to control that flow of oil and gas through that valve, which they're going to access from the side. And so with that, they will be able to control the flow eventually, of course.
This technology, if you can call a junk shot a technology, was used, our understanding, extensively in the Gulf War 20 years ago. You have this, it seems, this strange situation in which the well drilling technology is advanced. We're drilling at much deeper levels, but it doesn't seem like the cleanup or kind of emergency techniques have advanced. Is that more or less where we are right now?
Well, this is an unprecedented accident, which I think nobody was expecting. So the industry is still scrambling to get measures in place to plug the well. And that's the reason why I think some of these techniques are being tried, which have never been tried at this depth. And, I think it's a learning experience even for the industry right now.
Yeah, it certainly seems like a learning experience. Satish Nagarajia, professor of civil and environmental engineering at Rice University, thank you so much for your time tonight.
My pleasure.